What's up, people? Rob Arrington here for another event in our weekly challenge Olympics. Apologies for taking a day off, but I had an idea in the middle of the week to combine a couple of events into our robot Olympics. So this is event three, a non-best hand imps challenge with the robots, and you see it. We're going to start in just a moment. The last event, I am going to make the weekend tournament. So what I'm going to do, shortly after you see this probably, is create a video of me playing the weekend Pro-Am tournament that I've been running for a long time on Bridgebase. It is totally free to join up, and I'll leave those sign-up links here in this video and in that final event for you because I am going to, I've threatened to do this forever, but now I have a very good reason to. I'm going to start building more content for that event for sure. And also, I just like the idea of playing an 8-board kind of finale for our honoring of the Paris Olympics, which is just corny, but I love it. I just love the Olympics, first of all. And I like the Robot Olympics too, and I know you guys do because you said so. So let's get into event three here. Non-best hand, remember, however. Oh, we have 11 count here. Probably not the best hand this time. We also don't have a bid. It's close to maybe wanting to bid your minor shoot, but this is a good example of a hand that I would just never do that with. I like the shape. Maybe if, obviously, if my opponent opened a heart, I would tend to double with this hand. I think that's a much better choice here. I don't like bidding these suits at the 2 level. I prefer to have a 6-card suit or just a better hand. Here, I don't have either of those. So I'm just going to let it go and see what happens. I don't know if the robot would bid this with this. We'll find out. Actually, we might be creating a little bit of variance. Here, this is 5 spades, 4 hearts on our right. And they've jumped to 4 hearts. Okay, that's great. We would love to lead trump, especially with hands like this. We happen to know that right-hand opponent has spades, right? At least 5, and they have 4 hearts. And what does West have? Well, West has 4 hearts at least, and shortness in spades at least, usually less than 3, sometimes even worse than that, right? And we have some good spades. That seems to suggest that shortness does exist on this end in this suit, and they might be trumping some spades in the dummy. But the other problem with this is it's usually not great to lead singleton trumps. In fact, it's usually very bad because we're pickling a lot of partners' positions in this where they're likely to have length. So here we have 2 side choices that are pretty great, to be honest. We have top of touching honors in both of these suits. I think this one's probably going to be the safest for us, so I'm going to lead the king of clubs. We're creating a trick right away. I didn't even see what happened there. What did happen? Oh yeah, they just won it with the ace and dummy. Right, so now our queen is just a winner. That's beautiful. They're playing a spade to the queen. And now at this point, now that I can see dummy, a heart becomes a little bit safer of a proposition. However, do we still want to lead a heart? I don't think so, because are we really delaying or stopping this hand from trumping? This is the long trump hand, right? So at this point, it looks like they're going to try to set up spades. And what are they going to do if they set up spades? They're going to pitch losers here. So let's take advantage of that trick that we created at trick 1 and play our queen of clubs. All right, that's an interesting play. This suggests that we do not have a trick in clubs no matter what's happening, right? So if one of the robots is making a weird pitch, whether it's our partner or the robot, we happen to know that East is either roughing a club or has a club winner in their head. Right? There's no way this is going any other way. So we can safely switch to the queen of diamonds. And now again, I'm in trick creation mode. I happen to think that they're going to do pretty well setting up their side suits and getting winners out of them. So here, just getting as many winners created as possible. And here, we've done our best. They're roughed a diamond in their hand. They're going to draw some more trump. And the rest is history. We beat it a trick. That's the most important thing to do in imps, folks. Make sure you're beating the contracts that they're playing. You can even give up over tricks if you have a slight chance of beating it, right? So let's say you're defending a hand and say, hey, if I do this, I might give them an over trick. But if it's the only way to beat the contract, right, the eventuality or the lead that you're about to make, you hammer that. You definitely make that play every single time. However, switch to match points. Now you have a tougher decision, which is why match points is way harder than it in the long run, especially when you're not as precise. Match points is just super tough because it requires you to be so on it. What do you do with this hand, folks? Make your bet. What would you do if you were sitting in my chair? Yeah, you would open a heart. This is a rule of 20 situation, folks. The rule of 20 is amazing. It's amazing for advancing players because It builds in much needed aggression when you have excellent shape. And here's how the rule of 20 goes. You take your total high card points, which on this hand are 10. You add to that the total number of cards in your two longest suits. Hearts and diamonds are those, and those are 10 cards. If the number or the sum comes to 20, you open the bidding. Do this in first and second chair always. Third chair you should just always be opening light so you can even go way further. But here this is 10 and 10. We open one heart always. Pretty sure the robot doesn't know this rule, so we're ahead of the game in this spot. Wow, is this a penalty double? Thank you. Too bad. Well, let's rip three spades anyway. What do you think? It's tough. Yeah, no, yeah, no. I mean, we could just win here. We're playing imps. Yeah, let's rip three spades. There we go. We're just playing for penalties the whole way. Hey, he said I'm to our left. Interesting. There goes a heart. They're shortening hearts in their hand. They're going to try to rough something. They're never going to get to that dummy, though, I don't think, because it's going to go king of die, and then we get the little rough-a-doodle-do there. Ace of clubs. Oh, we're going to just wreck this thing. Wreck the buffet. Yeah, sorry. That was Beverly Hills Cop. I was watching that. Sorry. All right. Exit safely, right? Get the heck out of our hand. Unfortunately, they didn't give us a safe exit anymore. And now we have to give them at least one of those. We're going to cover that diamond. And it looks like we just get to nip this one. Hope that's good. Wow, look at partner's hand. That's a sick hand. Ooh, hang on a second. Lose my voice here. Look at this is just a crazy hand that we already saw dummy. What would happen if we pass this is the question. And I think this is what's going to happen. It's probably if the robot passes, which I'm pretty sure they will. They don't really they don't deal with I mean maybe they won't. I don't know. I haven't seen this enough to have a good read on this position. But it's going to go a spade for sure and then I don't know, four clubs by North. What happens after that? I don't know. I have no. I mean, this is just great. We could have lost this or won this. Only going plus 100 though is kind of brutal, and I think that is. In fact, it looks like we're not even supposed to beat this thing, but they just allowed us to do it. Wow, what a crazy hand. All right, let's. We survived. We survived. This is going to be a no trump for me. I like in any of these, especially these non-best hand situations. We only have a few decisions to make that are going to be meaningful in these. I think in this one we've had way more than usual in a non-best hand scenario because we've just had interesting hands and we've had some thumb on the scale. So this could be a really varied set, but I definitely like to take these pieces of that, because I 14 for me is just opening a no trump in a robot tournament, unless it's just a putrid 14, like a flat hand. But give me a five card suit and any 14, and we're dancing. All right. It looks like we bought pretty good here. It's imps, so we don't get to take a huge advantage of being in no trump here, but they did lead low from their king queen. That's nice. So let's take a second here and count our winners. Now that we win the 10 of hearts, we can pretty reliably assume that both of these honors are here, right? That's a big king right there. That's a big foot on the king. King Queen is here, so we can take advantage of this right away. But let's just count our winners in general. And I like to do this in two ways. You can count your winners, and we've already won one heart. Just cards that you're winning now, or you can be a little aspirational. And I think in these cases, when you have a long side suit, you can be aspirational and say, okay, I'm probably taking five spades. I have four diamonds, that's nine. I have the ace of hearts for 10, and I've taken one trick already, that's 11. So, how should we play this hand? Can we take extra tricks, and where should they be? And some of you might say, well, we can take an extra trick by playing hearts right now, but that in fact would be a terrible error because we can, if spades break, we can actually get a 12th trick just by playing one round of clubs. So let's see, first of all, if spades are breaking. Okay, that's weird. Ten of spades. Hate that card. Because now we're in a position where hey, this is a little restricted choice spot. Should we put the 8 in? I'm not ready for it. Ah, it was right. It was right. It was right. Stinks. Thanks. All right. Um, now we're in a little bit of a bind here. We're just gonna be safe. Uh, there we go. That's what we're hoping for, actually. We're hoping they clear clubs so they can just hook us up and not create a hard trick first. So now we just get to cash our spade, and we only made 11 tricks. So we could have been heroes, folks. I could have been one if I just take that little eight of spades there, and then my goodness, well, 12 would be a huge win. However, again, it's imps. So if the robots made that play, we lost one. If it was match points, it would have been a zero versus whatever. Here, this is just a classic preempt. I want the preempt so badly here that my bid box card might have a vapor trail on it if I hadn't practiced, discretion at the poker table for so long. This is a very, very aggressive preempt spot because you're void in hearts and you only have two spades. Now, it's weird that it went pass in front of you. Neither of your opponents, your left-hand opponent or your partner preempted hearts or spades, and righty opened a diamond. So maybe one of them or maybe left-hand opponent has both majors. So here, let's just keep that information from being passed or just make it more difficult. Here, there they go. There's both majors, right? Or at least one of them, double, four spades. So you have to make this bid. And even when partner bids four clubs, you have to understand that you've done your job, right? Just because they get to four spades, don't get territorial. I gotta go. Well, I'm already in. Let's go. No. Just chill, relax. You've done a great job, and you've made their job more difficult. If they've risen to the occasion and gotten to a great spot, awesome. But if you've really done a good job and you've confused them, maybe you're getting a really nice spot here. And here, just normal to lead a club, see what's going on. There's 5-5. And we have a read on board two now, folks. Take a look. Board two. It's fun. Look at our hand. So that's our hand on board two. The south hand. Take a look, folks. That's a great arrow. Holy cow, I feel like I'm like trembling. I think it's too much coffee. All right, so there's our 10. Boom. 5-5. We opened. Absolutely easy choice. With almost the same hand. They're 5-5 with ace king king. The robot passed. So we happen to, I mean, I think that means they definitely passed number two. So we're going to see some weird result there from them as well. Question here is, what do we lead? Well, it's certainly not going to be a heart. I hope I'm not, I was just going to say, I hope I'm not busting open a trick there. But again, dummy only has two diamonds, so I'm not terribly worried about that. I was just hoping to find partner with the king because we want to get the partner so badly to get a heart ruff. In fact, maybe partner should have overtaken the heart and hooked us up, or excuse me, the king of clubs and hooked us up with a ruff, because now it's just too late, partner. Too bad. I mean, we're always leading the king of clubs, right? Partner just needs to read this correctly to put a put the ace of clubs on the table and lead a heart, right? They can see the number of hearts that are in dummy. Looks like Declare had quite a few as well, so it might have been a little bit harder to read than I'm saying, but here, yeah, it's just the right play. All right, folks, let's see. Is it winner winner? Is it three wins, right? I think we're 2-0 to start the weekly challenge. Is it three? Show it to me. It's a loss. There it is. They got further on board two. That's the crux of this challenge is board two. I hate it. Hang on a second, let's see it. I don't hate it. Hate's bad. Hate's bad. If you play bridge and walk life with love in your heart, you will have a much better time of things. However, sometimes we love to hate the robots. This isn't a hate thing. This is just they behave differently. So when we open a heart, the opponents find their way to three spades. We double them. We get them a trick. Let's pop over to their table. They've got so wow. They did open a heart. They did open a heart. So this is super weird. They opened a heart with this hand, but on this last one, as the robot in the west chair, they choose not to open one spade. That is weird. Is it because of the position of the hand? I wonder what their decision-making matrix is. It's so odd. Maybe they think they can make a Michael's cube in one. I don't know, right? But they did open, so that was a shock to me when I saw that last hand. So a heart of spade, two clubs, and that's kind of the start we had, right? Let's just make sure. Yep, heart of spade, two clubs, two diamonds. I double diamonds for penalty because I'm licking my chops over there, and I'm planning on doubling spades as well. But they bid two spades as the south player, which was okay. five plus hearts. Something that I just would never consider doing there. And then it just went four spades on the left, and of course licking your chops double and one more trick. So that was just a bidding difference, which I'm happy. I never mind losing tournaments like this because it was just a different choice that both of us made in the auction. I would have loved to have played two diamonds doubled if they let me to, but unfortunately that only led to three spades on our left. Um, I'll take it. We have one more event to go, and honestly, I can't lose that one. So I have at least come ahead. I guess if I go sub 50%, that's the rule we'll make. If I go above 50% in the weekend tournament, we will consider that a tie or better. Maybe above 60 we a win, but I'm 2-1 now. It's 2-1-0. So at least we are going to have at least a push with the robot. So thanks a lot for joining, folks. Sorry for the extra 1 day delay, but I hope I will make it worth it with that extra 8 board tournament that I'm going to play later on. So I will talk to you soon. Have a great weekend, folks, and I'll see you back at the table soon.